Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of SMB TV Presents the Power Review Show. I'm here, Preach, with Voice. How are you doing, Voice?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. We also here with Bino. Bino, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Doing well. Crystal's not here. She's out slaying and praying, unfortunately. So
She was actually here.
yeah, so but she's probably not even familiar with the show.
Yeah, nah.
Mind you, she's watched the show with us.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she won't remember one damn episode.
Especially she missed this week. Oh my God.
Right.
It's all gonna be new to her next week.
Let's just hope she finished season 1 of The Wire.
That's how low the standards are. Just season 1.
Just season 1. No, let's.
Season 1.
First of all, you forgot who we're talking about.
It's a fact.
Yeah. So
The fact that she's watching it is very impressive.
well, what episode was she at?
She was on episode 6.
Oh yeah. So,
So
she's
by
probably
next week, which will be 2
7.
weeks later,
Should be on episode
Seven.
6.
6.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
In the middle of episode 6, though.
Exactly.
Yes.
But we're talking about Power, and today we're talking about episode 503. Are we on the same team? And so there's a lot to dissect here, but let's first start with this rumor that was going around prior to this episode, and you kind of want to attack that and kind of like dissect
We
it.
just want to jump in it from jump.
Let's jump into it. Let's just get into
Address
it.
it.
Here at SMB,
It's all
we
not
address
true.
the rumors immediately.
Immediately, man. We
Immediately.
don't waste no time.
So now, I had a theory that, now y'all follow me now, because y'all probably seen this all over social media.
Okay.
So I had a theory
Okay.
that Tasha and Kanan have a past.
I
Yes?
agree with that.
Okay.
And this
Oh,
past...
Bino, everybody has a past.
Whoa.
So-
They have a past together.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
This past might include the fact that little Tariq,
That badass mother. Okay.
correct,
Okay.
he's very bad.
Now we see where he gets it from.
He's almost bad like his father, Kanan. Yes. Yes. I didn't mean to get... Everybody just take it easy. I know, right? Huh?
It would make some sense because Kanan is a
Is a bad
mother. Motherfucker.
Shut your...
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And
My
little
bad.
Tariq is
I missed
also
that
a
movie.
bad
Bad
mother.
mother. Yeah.
I mean, shut the mouth.
yes,
Yes,
Rascal.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Call him
yes,
a little
yes.
knucklehead.
Is
So
that-
that's the rumor that's been going around.
So,
Okay.
according to social media,
Mm-hmm.
think about certain things that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1, okay?
Okay.
When Kanan first came home,
Mm-hmm.
telling Tasha how he was thinking about her all in the prison.
Correct.
Now, not the strangest thing in the world if a man's in jail to think of a
Right.
woman.
Right.
And he's very petty though.
Usually, it's not your man's.
No different from
It's
real
not
life.
your
but,
man's wife, though.
Right, of course.
Usually, you don't
Right.
feel
No
like your
different
man's
from real
wife
life.
thinks.
No different from real life.
Not only, even if he was thinking about her, the fact that he was so comfortable to tell her that.
Yes.
And also, in this whole series, he's loved no one consistently but Tariq,
Correct.
to the point where he killed his cousin over him.
Mm-hmm.
He's loved no one consistently, not even his own son.
True.
I'm just saying, there could be some truth to it. I could be reaching. Who knows?
So I have a question then, real quick.
Please.
So the person that 50 killed.
Which person? Kanan, excuse yourself, has killed a lot of people.
Because I can't differentiate the real 50 point he's been doing
This
in real
is-
life
this is
versus
also
right
very
now.
true, yeah,
So
yes.
the person that came
Not much
killed-
acting going on
Not much
here with
acting.
50 Cent at all.
That's
Yeah.
that's the real him.
Right.
So the person that he killed, was that possibly Ghost?
I don't know if I want to go that far. I don't think they have mix and matching sons. It's
Nah,
because
yeah,
it'd
I
be
don't
so
know. Yeah, that's
fucking
wild, yeah.
weird. It'd be so weird.
So you talking about
can't be
the
no
guy?
weirder than-
Sean,
Sean, yeah, the
Sean,
corny
yes, he's
dude.
one.
Yeah, nah.
the corny dude.
I don't believe the
He has
whole.
No
think the Tariq
characteristics
thing-
of Kanan
I
at all.
think the Tariq thing is a possibility. I think the Sean thing is weird. And then plus, if Tasha's screwing him, then you're screwing your stepson, basically.
That's what I'm saying. I was
like, how
wondering, it could
weirdo
be,
is that? Like,
Right.
that'd be
It's a twist,
lazy
though.
writing on Star's part.
But it's just a rumor. Just to be fair, it is
But
a rumor.
again, this is just something that and social media has put together.
right.
And I believe there's some truth to it. Yo, there's a reason why Tasha is so nervous about Kanan being around.
Right.
In this episode alone, she's everyone who gets killed, she watches the news, everyone dies. She's like, shit, it should have been Kanan.
Right.
Why? Why are you so pressed? The fact of the matter, Kanan and Ghost fought in goddamn fire to the death, and they've
Damn,
managed
they
to
killed
squash
each
it,
other.
at least.
Right.
Shaking
But
hands.
Tasha
For
can't
now.
get over it.
For now, yeah.
Yes. And Tasha can't get over it.
Right.
What's the issue?
Well, it's safe to say that probably the reason why Crystal's not here, she's probably investigating the scene right now.
Oh, that's
Just like everything
exactly,
else that's
yes.
going on.
It all makes sense
Right,
now.
yes.
Man. It all makes sense, man.
Yeah.
It really does make sense. I don't believe it, but it does make. I could see that actually happening. Kind of like the same way we all put 2 and 2 together when we found out Teresi was Tommy's father. Like we were like, yeah, that's another white guy in the show. Yeah, he's right, his dad.
Yeah.
So
Terrible.
it's not a terrible theory. I don't believe it. I see where other people are coming from. You believe it as well?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I mean, again, the good thing about YouTube and the power of the internet, we can come back and either tell Bino to
Exactly.
shut his mouth or the preacher to shut his mouth.
exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Most likely, preacher be shutting his mouth, but that's not the point.
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it. We could put money
that is
on
not
it.
the point.
But no, listen. I think it's an interesting theory. Actually, I don't know. Let me ask you this though: if that is true, does that take away from the series? Because I kind of find that to be I don't know if it would be a corny angle, but then it ends up being Days of Our Lives as opposed to Power now.
Oh, because we don't watch Days of Our Lives now with this whole Ghost and Angela back and forth. This is half love story, half
It is a soap
drugs
opera.
anyway. I mean, it
Yeah.
is what it is.
But then it's like, no, you were never the father.
I mean,
of
this show
Tariq.
is close to the point where someone wakes up and this is all a fucking dream. Like, that's how close this show is getting to be.
If that happens, man, I'm outta here,
I know
yo.
Ghost is going to wake up in a cold sweat.
And he's back with a block on
and he's
Jamaica
back
Avenue.
in Truth Club on the opening night. This is getting that
Right.
close there.
Right.
Look, these past couple episodes, not a lot of action.
Right.
A lot of
setups.
build up and,
Yeah.
and all that. So yes, this is close to being a soap opera anyway.
Very true. Very true. All right. So let's talk about this episode and what actually happened in this episode. What do you guys want to start with?
We can start with the beginning with the detective.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Where she is essentially, I guess she's trying to close in on Angela.
No, not that one.
Which one?
The other NYPD guy, the white guy who came to the house.
Oh, yes.
So that was the first thing. He came to the house.
Well-
Ghost is washing off yesterday's
Yes.
murder.
Oh, so he's
His
yeah.
face.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that was. I mean, you know how that's really sloppy, but yeah. So the detective visits the family just to notify them that some new information, new intel has come in saying that they see Tariq outside where Reno was murdered.
Correct.
Where I guess Tariq had said that he wasn't there, and then
And as usual, Tariq is caught in a lie.
right,
Yeah.
there's a lot of lies in this season that I don't know how they cover up or how they finagle. Like I feel like there's just too much to whether you talk about Tariq and well he in this episode he does end up coming clean to his mother, but you have Angela trying to cover her tracks. There's so many like things that need to be covered up. You ever heard the saying where a lie is another lie, and it's hard to really hide all of that? It's hard. I can't find a way where somebody's gonna have to pay the price
Eventually.
Big one, mind you.
I mean, like Angela alone, yo, like when they uncover her shit, like she could be seeing some serious time,
life.
let alone losing a job and all that. Like
It's crazy because she's doing a great job at her job, meaning like what she's supposed to be doing and cracking down on the Jimenez cartel. She's actually putting two and two together.
they
Like
finally solved the puzzle
Right.
about the whole brother-sister thing,
Right.
and the sister being the second in command.
right, and she's actually doing well with that, but
But no one cares.
because what she's doing behind the scenes and covering up Tariq's tracks, Tasha's tracks, that could, like you said, that could get her serious time. Forget losing your job; you're doing life as a federal agent.
It's a federal agent.
Yeah,
And
they'll
you're-
love her.
It's like levels of obstruction of
God.
justice.
I wouldn't love her in prison.
They will love her.
They definitely love her. Yeah,
Well,
absolutely. You would love her.
Oh well,
You do love her.
No, he loves her. He doesn't want her to go to prison.
Oh,
right.
But we're
but
referring
you'd
to
visit.
Big Bertha.
He'd visit. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
The orange is the new black. They would take care of her very well there. Yeah.
Exactly. Another thing that I noticed with this season, initially we thought Dre was going to be this power figure, and he really isn't whatsoever. Like he is not he's not being able to delegate to anybody as much as he wants to be that character.
I love it. It would have been so corny had they just made him the man and this vicious guy.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they showed you how slippery he is when he escaped the execution.
Right.
They showed him, they showed us that he learned a little something from Ghost and them.
Right.
But for him to just be, just a made guy, professional guy
Right.
in the drug game, I think we would all stop what we're doing and go sell drugs too for that damn easy. You
Of
understand
course,
what I'm
of
saying?
course, of course.
It's not,
Right.
and he clearly doesn't have the respect of the Jimenez guy.
Right.
Oh yes.
Diego. Is that his name?
Yes.
Diego.
Yes.
Diego does not respect
Yes.
him in the least.
Not at all.
Right. Not at all. And now you have the other individual who ended up killing one of the
Two-Bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now somebody else took responsibility for that
Yes.
killing, and now you kind of seeing this situation where, like, yeah, he has no control over the situation whatsoever in terms of so much so that they made
Cristobal.
Cristobal the number
The
two.
second guy, yeah. Which, in essence, is he's my de facto number one.
Right.
He's number two for now until I kill you.
Right.
That's basically what's
Of
being
course,
told to
he
Dre.
thinks Cristobal
Dre,
has way more control.
Let me ask you a question. Do you even think Ghost gets the chance to get rid of Dre before the Jimenez cartel does?
No.
Because I don't even think Ghost is going to have the opportunity.
Yes, because of the fact that Angela and her crew on him and his ass. So they could mess around and bust some of them
Right.
before they even get a chance.
She is
going to
put a damper on it. Yeah, she's trying to put a damper on
The better question is, how many people does Ghost kill before he gets to Dre?
Right.
Since he's goddamn Robin Hood Prince of Eve.
Right.
Or as
King of
Tasha
vigilante.
a damn vigilante.
Right. Which she did put 2 and 2 together and they confronted him about it.
All of a sudden he's Batman. Like, what is this?
And like what we said last week, it was very reckless. You can't be who you are in the hole that you're in and then just randomly being the Dark Knight and killing people as a vigilante.
Well, he showed his weakness. I mean, he's been looking for Angela, and he couldn't get her. He needed somebody to calm him down. The fact that he couldn't reach to somebody where he needed the attention. That's it. He had no other choice but to relieve his tension elsewhere.
They're definitely showing more of a weak human side.
Vulnerable. Definitely.
But you know, I like the mixture of both. Because they're showing the weak human side, but you see he's still in control. And the way he's speaking to Kanan, the way he's speaking to Tommy,
the way he spoke to Tasha.
The way he spoke to
that
Tasha
argument.
at the same time.
Yeah.
He's showing both sides. I think I like that mix better.
His and I've made fun of his acting a lot with this. You know, he has that same face.
Yeah.
He's at the elevator's closed, he's looking at Tariq. Like, he's got that face, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a lot of range with, you know,
Garcelle
if he were a singer, he'd be a flat line, you know what I'm saying? But they are going deeper in his character a little bit this season, and that much I can say from the first, 3-4 episodes?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then you're also seeing people getting the one up on him for now because obviously, so he and Tate are working together to get investors for the project in honor of Raina. Yeah. And so they go to what's her name? Linda,
yeah.
Who was a playboy.
Linda.
Yes.
Lovely
Haiti,
Linda.
stand up.
Calm down, Haiti.
Sorry. That warms my heart. I'm sorry.
So initially, when they first meet with her, Tate and James St. Patrick, she denies the investment. She doesn't want to be a part of it. And then we kind of saw that, you know,
they wound up arguing about it.
Right? Yeah.
Which finally, because Tate has been bitching those for a while now.
Right.
We're starting to see that kind of crack a bit.
Yep. Right. But then, you know, he takes matters into his own hands, speaking of Ghost, and meets with her personally.
And
Privately.
Yes.
She then proceeds to take the wedding ring off. And
he proceeds to murder something else.
Yes. And so he thinks he's gotten the investment and he's worked it out. But Tate confronts him and basically predicted that and saying, yeah, we knew you were going to do that. And she even thinks even less of you now.
Now,
but those are his words.
I love his scene, though.
I don't know if that's.
I love that.
I don't know if that's true because I don't know if Tate is just playing mind games.
Yeah, because Tate is the master manipulator.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But the way he controlled that scene, I'm sorry, understanding the art of professionalism and all that stuff, the way he punked him throughout the whole entire thing. I'm sorry, I like that scene. I like his character there.
I really hate Lorenz Tate.
He's playing a great role.
No,
absolutely.
Yeah. He's playing an excellent
he had to
role.
educate Ghost on the fundamentals of professionalism. I mean.
That's crazy. That's
he's not wrong though.
Please, Ghost is no loser.
That's what I'm saying.
But one thing
Tate wasn't wrong though.
One thing Tate said was, "Listen, you're great at building clubs.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game."
Yes.
So
and he has to learn it again. It's no different what we said about Dre earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get into a new field, be dominant in that field like that. You have to learn and grow.
I agree with that.
Like anything else.
Absolutely.
Even Ghost.
Yes.
Right. And then there are new love interests now. So you have Angela meeting with this new who is he with?
I want to say he's a Fed.
Yeah.
He's a Fed, but
he's the background guy that likes to pretty much stay behind the scenes.
Well, whatever it was, she was quite smitten with him when she first met him.
Watch out.
Yes.
The kind of life she lives, anyone new, especially if they're involved with Feds, DEA, whatever the hell, she should be careful.
Yeah, because it went from banging into each other and dropping all the paperwork to a date
and now
to
she's
literally
in a hotel.
banging.
Right.
Yeah, literally banging.
All of a sudden, it's like day 3, we have to fuck. We have to get it on.
I don't think it was day 3.
No, I think it was day 1.
It might have been.
But she said tonight 8 o'clock, and it was 8 o'clock that night.
No, I don't think. But the hotel scene, I think that might have been the. All we know is that it was quite short.
It was definitely fast. Yeah.
Yes. There was no courting.
To be fair, no one here slut shaming. It's not like Ghost got to know Garcelle Beauvais either.
This is true. I was the same
It's
night.
not like they were walking along the beach first. You know what I mean?
And apparently, slut is a good thing these days. So we don't want to get into any trouble with anybody.
But it was definitely quick action there. Whatever took place.
Well, she didn't look at the keywords though. He said he likes to be in the background. So little as she knows, she's being observed.
I'm her. She needs to watch out.
Yes.
She's got many enemies, and I wouldn't be surprised if this dude is doing whatever it takes to get information from
But we're
her.
also
She used
still,
to.
But we're also still noticing Ghost trying to contact her continuously. Like he's calling her, texting her, and we know she's gonna pick up the phone. It hasn't happened in this episode, but eventually.
Look
she
in
will
this
pick up the
episode in the scene when she was talking to Tasha.
Right.
She suggested maybe we need to talk
phone. Right.
to Ghost.
Well, because now you have detectives now really investigating the Raina murder. Now, what happens with that is that, we said this last episode, you start digging deep into that situation, you have to look into the family as well. That ends up being a big problem for them.
Yes.
So now Tasha's worried about that. And then we also see the dynamic with Kanan and Tasha, because now Kanan's come in and now we've gotten it. I guess we're finally seeing his plan. Now I guess we're realizing what he wants. And he essentially just wants a cut or piece of what Tommy has.
Money.
Well, of course. That's all it is. So much so he stuck up
Cristobal.
300
G's at that.
Yes.
And use that money to front Tommy for the dope.
So it's the same money going around, essentially, when you really think about it.
It's circulating, yeah.
Yeah. But then there's a confrontation between Tasha and Kanan, because Tasha the whole time is warning Ghost, like, you're working with Kanan. Have you forgotten who Kanan is and how he got to this position?
Well, again, they fought in goddamn Inferno. There's no way. If I ever, again, any of y'all ever been in a fight?
Yeah.
I know you have there, Slugger. Okay? But you ever been in a
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you not remember that?
Yes,
And
I
I'm
do.
pretty sure it wasn't in a fire.
No.
Yes?
Right.
Not at all.
No one almost killed the other person. Yes?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you still remember that.
Oh, absolutely.
If you were to see that person today, however many years later.
You want to team up with them?
Yes, exactly.
Let's
You
go
wouldn't be
conquer the world
back
together.
to back, exactly. Don't three of them are damn Charlie's Angels. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it wouldn't be that,
Right.
right?
It wouldn't be that
Okay.
at all.
Right.
Granted, this is TV.
Right.
But still,
Well, they
fact
have a
that
bigger
they
enemy
can-
they have to a common enemy.
I get that, but the fact that they can put that to the side and
Too
she
easily.
can't-
Yeah, it's too
and
easy.
she can't. There's something deeper going on. There's
You
something
got a great
deeper
point.
than I almost killed you and you sent me to jail,
Right.
which is what Ghost and Kanan have against each other.
Right.
What could be deeper than that? Go back to our theory at the beginning. Of the
Right. No, you're right. And so they have the confrontation in front of Tommy's house, and she says, "Listen, you know what? I know you ain't shit. I don't trust you for shit." And essentially, like they may be teaming up with you, but I still got my eye on you, and I don't trust you for a thing. So
They have hinted at it since, and this is my favorite episode of the series, season 2, episode 4. Crazy episode. But one part of the episode I remember, Kanan popped up at the crib. No one was there. Tasha opens the door. As soon as she closes the door, she takes the strap out. Straight Nate Dogg and regulates. She pulls the strap out, ready to lay that buster down. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Straight up.
Right.
There's a history between them. It's deep.
One
Whatever
that
it is.
Ghost doesn't know yet.
Well, we don't, like I said, we don't know, but yeah, if you keep putting these pieces together, they're fitting, they're making sense. So who knows? But then here's another deep situation that's going on with this season, and we didn't really think about it this way. So Teresi might be getting close to Tommy to kind of use Tommy to get him out of jail early, because at the end of the show, you see Teresi getting released from jail. A man does not get released from jail for a year bid just by
Especially a
cooperating.
made man.
Yes.
Especially
Right.
a made man.
So
So he met with the lawyers,
Yes.
Monk and
Yes.
Sachs.
right.
Right. Yeah, met with the lawyers.
Met with them. Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you started again.
Keep it up, yo. We going to keep it up. So he met with the lawyers,
Right.
basically, and they're offering him, a chance to see his dying wife
Yep.
Yes.
if he flips over Ghost and Tommy.
Right.
Particularly Tommy, which they
Right.
know will lead to Ghost.
Right.
Which has haunted them because they lost that case and they want that case.
Right.
Clearly.
And they're going to by any means
Yeah.
now.
And Teresi then reveals that he's only using this whole thing with Tommy.
Right.
To possibly turn him in.
Right.
Next thing you know, you see him with his cheap Italian suit walking
Yes.
out
Yep.
of jail.
Right.
Do you guys think that he's really using Tommy though, or he's trying to
Well,
play
so
both?
So he
and
gets
try to
released from
manipulate
jail,
both
and
sides?
who's the person to pick him up? Tommy.
What's Tommy?
Right.
So you have this thing in your mind, which was directed great. Now you have to wonder to yourself: is this a genuine? I want to bond with my son, and kind of rebuild, what we had, or is this just a ploy for me to get out
Right.
early and use my son to make sure I'm set free?
We don't know because we didn't
I-
get to see what led to him being released.
Right.
Right.
Obviously, it was strongly suggested that he would snitch.
Right.
Right.
But we didn't actually see him turn over that information.
Right.
So we don't know. It's a crazy thing. But he did something in order to be out.
And mind you, he knew about this. That whole situation with Tommy and the Italians in episode 1, where he disobeyed and he went over his head. I don't think he forgot about that. So I don't think I don't know what you guys. I think he might have snitched. I think he might have just turned him in.
But it's crazy how a made man like him would go to those lengths, knowing the history, the legacy he has.
He loves his wife too much.
And that precedes everything.
Yeah, he loves his wife too much. She's sick, and he wants to be there for her when she passes on.
Over a son he's never met or he just met? Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense.
That I had no relationship with ever
You've
again.
seen guys rap for less?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Absolutely.
Good point.
So, I mean, I don't know if it's definitive yet. Obviously, we'll learn more as the series goes on, but
Nicky Barnes snitched because someone touched his girlfriend. One of his crew members touched his girlfriend, not his wife.
right.
His
You'd be
side
amazed.
chick.
You'd be amazed. You can just imagine somebody, a person that you dearly love, being sick, and you're not there for them, and you're stuck in a box.
True.
Sometimes
Anything you can use to get close to that person,
Yeah.
you're going to do.
you're gonna do.
Good point.
And but one thing you did point out while we were watching it is, sometimes I forget how smart Tommy can be, and Tommy is a smart guy because he finds out that he's getting released early, Teresi, and then automatically in his mind he's like, I'm thinking he snitched or he's a rat.
Mm-hmm.
He goes around, he meets with Keisha, and he tries to get it
She
in.
gives him some words of wisdom there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think that's over by any means, but whatever.
Definitely not.
But right, you meet
Well, please, her friend is coming over.
exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yes.
But no, it doesn't go past him that maybe he might be snitching against me to get out. How does somebody who has a life bid get out?
Exactly.
So I mean, that was great that you noticed that Tommy realized it pretty fast. And so, like, I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past Teresi. Anything else?
Even crazier than
yeah.
that, when Tommy was talking to his drug head of a mother,
Mhm.
even the mother,
Yeah.
even though she was crazy, she said,
And we're all
me.
looking at her like she's nonsense. She might be.
onto
Listen,
something.
her first request was, listen, I need some coke, but don't put it past her that she may know some things that we don't know.
Of course she
And
does.
and Tommy doesn't.
Which is
know.
what she protected Tommy from for all these years.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
You could hang with. We grew up with a lot of these guys.
Right.
You can hang with them. You can know them. But if you're not part of that organization,
Mm-hmm.
that whole Costa Nostra thing, you are food
Right.
when necessary.
Right.
It just is what it is.
Right.
Tommy's no different. Tommy's not a made man.
Absolutely.
So there's that. Another thing we need to approach.
Okay.
Kanan and Dre's right hand. What's his name?
2-bit.
2-bit.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. He's putting stuff now in 2-bit's ear, basically sparking up the whole tension between 2-bit and Dre.
Right.
That Dre already has with him over the whole assassination of the dude and all
Right.
that other crazy shit, and him putting Cristobal as number 2. You could see the jealousy in 2-bit's eyes.
Right.
And Kanan is feeding off that very well.
Yes.
He can mess around and get to Dre before the rest of them.
I think that's his intention. Now, I will never forget in the last season, actually the last 2 seasons, when Dre and Kanan met and Dre's daughter was about to be thrown out the window.
Right.
And Dre never forgot about that. That's one of the reasons why Dre wanted to get back at him. So now Kanan. Kanan definitely is studying his every move at the same time to make sure that, I guess, he finishes the job because he intended to in the first place when he was using him.
Right. Right. I mean, look, I don't put anything past Kanan. I think it's a smart move to try to have those two against one another. But to be honest with you, Dre has no leverage in any of this. He thought he did, and we all thought he did. The whole gravesite scene, and we all like, oh man,
He's merely a figure.
Nah, he's not. He's nothing right now, to be honest with you.
He feels so, and he got punked, definitely. But there was a face that he made last episode when Diego was coming after him that he's going to get him later. He could. So don't fall asleep on Dre.
Bullshit. He knows better to touch Diego.
He can't touch him at this point in time because he
wouldn't
shook.
dare try.
No, absolutely
And
not.
Diego did the ultimate in disrespect to him by yelling at him in front of the rest of the guys.
Yes.
I think what ends up happening, this is just a prediction. I think Dre ends up turning on the Jimenez cartel as the feds are getting closer, and he works with the feds.
That could be possible.
in some way.
And that would protect him from Ghost and Tommy. And
Absolutely.
he has everyone on his ass. Pause.
And not only that, Dre has information on all of them. Tommy, Ghost, he has information on all of them. All of them. So he could easily go work with the feds. It wasn't going as what he planned initially with them. Obviously, he's getting disrespected. Nobody's listening to him at whatsoever. Next thing you know, he could just flip and say, you know what? Just to protect myself from Kanan, Tommy, Ghost, Hermes Cartel, everybody possible, I'm just going to flip.
Now, even crazier than that, one thing that Diego doesn't like is the fact that he's being lied to.
Right.
He's onto something. He knows that this Arturo character didn't kill out the person that they were trying to out from the Todos Locos game.
Right.
Which is why he made him prove that he's capable of doing it.
And regardless of the fact that there was, because you saw the execution style hits.
It's very sloppy.
So Diego was looking at him prior to and when he set the schedule for it to happen tonight. You saw the way he swallowed, how nervous he looked to keep looking him in the eye.
Yeah.
You saw the way he hesitated. He even asked the question, do you want to shoot me? Do you want me to shoot them now? He knows that person didn't. Because a true killer.
That's a great point.
Exactly. Wouldn't hesitate like that.
Right. All right, it is what it is. All right, so who are your top three and who are your bottom three?
So my top three this episode, I'm definitely going to give it to still Kanan. I like the way he's going around and he's doing the Dre move. He's studying his every move, and now he revealed that he's trying to do that. He's going to find a weakness. He already found it in 2-bit. He's doing classic Kanan style, manipulating, doing what he did with Tariq, and he's going to get 2-bit to pretty much conform and use him. So that's one. Second, I'm going to give it to Tommy.
Okay.
And the reason why is because, again, Tommy's revealing as crazy as much of a knucklehead as he is, he's still using the Italians because he already displayed that he's using them to his advantage. But now he's on to the fact that something is not right, and he's on to Teresi too.
Right.
So it could be a major beef between the two of them.
Okay.
And I got to give it to Tate this episode.
Okay.
Just on the mere fact that he
got Ghost again.
He got Ghost again, but he's teaching Ghost the fundamentals. It's sort of like Ghost is Dre. You get what I'm saying? In this game now that the project that they're working on.
Parallel, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yo, you on fire today, yo.
Yeah, it's weird how the tables turn, but the whole episode is themed.
That's right. Voice, and voice.
All right, so who are your bottom three?
My bottom three, I'm going to give it to Diego because even though he's smart about the situation, I think he's getting sloppy because he's focusing on one thing, and he's not realizing that there's literally a bigger picture that's coming after him. And he gave himself up with what happened with the assassination, if you want to call it, from the last episode.
Okay.
Second, I don't know if I can give it to Tariq, but I will still.
Do you give him credit for being honest with Tasha at the end?
I give him credit for being honest in the end, but I also don't. He easily got manipulated by Tasha, and he conformed. Now, if he wants to be a true gangster, he would have kept his word, and he would have left that to the grave.
We don't want him to even be there.
Don't want to, but then again, if he's trying to be a gangster per se, you get what I'm saying? He's trying to have this no snitching thing or whatever have you. I would have. The fact that I know that I've been lied to by my parents for a very long time, that means there is a disconnect and there is not as much as a close relationship as I thought once. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that he's giving up and now he's just singing like a canary, I don't really think I'm taking too kindly to that. Okay. That's one. The last one, Teresi. Yeah, easily.
Yeah, that's some. It's still up in the air, but
yes.
But the fact of the matter, he's home.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a victory
in
itself.
Yes.
However he got there, whatever, he's home.
Yeah, he is.
Pretty much. All right, who are your top three?
I'm going to piggyback on Teresi.
Okay.
Like I just said, he's home. However he got there.
That's a good point. Yeah, he got what he wanted.
Fair enough.
He's home, and he still has Tommy underneath his thumb. What he's doing with that or not doing with that, only time will tell, but he has everything he wants right now.
Absolutely.
Right now. Angie would be my second this episode.
Okay.
Because she's got that case with the NYPD's trying to do as far as Ray Ray. She got Donovan to come in and drop that case.
Yep.
Now,
that was classic.
This ain't over by any means.
Not at all. No, not at all.
But it's over for now.
It was an act of war.
Correct. It's over for now, and good for her. My third person.
Top third.
Maybe little Tariq.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Wow, for a change,
He
yeah.
ain't pissed nobody off this episode.
You went to school?
Yo, he's going to boarding school. Yo, it'd have been great if it was like them talk shows where like the dude from the army comes and yells all in his face and takes him away. That'd have been great, but fine.
Right.
That didn't happen. But again, he goes to school. He got to hear some truth, from his mother about why they lived the life that they live. And I've always felt that. Like I felt like they did so much hiding them from street smarts that they made them so stupid. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both those kids. No disrespect to the little kid that we never see.
Yeah, we never.
They call her Judy Winslow online. I tell you that. On the internet. But
Oh, man.
yo, like again, when you shelter a child from anything, regardless of what it is,
Right.
the moment they get a taste of freedom, they're going to, engage in that heavily.
Yeah, but I mean, you live that life, or you want a better life, so that they don't have to live that.
Yeah,
that,
but
you know
like
what I'm saying?
they
You don't need
look
to.
like they never took a damn train in their life. Like,
Right.
like you have to give them a taste of something.
Right.
You know, let them watch Boys in the Hood, some shit. Like they're too sheltered. I'm not saying they should have dropped them off on a goddamn Farmers Boulevard here.
Right.
But like they should have, you know what I'm saying? Like let them know the pitfalls at least, yo.
Right.
It's-
Well, especially at a time like this, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's ridiculous. All right, so my bottom, yo.
Right.
His name 2-Bit.
2-Bit.
Because 2-Bit's getting played by Kanan.
Yeah, man. Oh my
Fist.
God. Yeah.
And 2-Bit, he's setting Kanan up for he's setting 2-Bit up for nonsense.
He is. But 2-Bit got to understand the reason why he's in this mess in the first place because he did something he shouldn't have done. He had to hide it.
You're giving 2-Bit too much credit to even try to realize that. Like, I don't think he would even.
He's an idiot hothead.
Yeah,
I don't think
he's
there's no
not-
deep thought.
He's an
with
underling
anything he
trying to
does.
get on that he don't know.
True,
He don't know how.
true indeed. True
And you're
indeed.
trying to gain rank in an organization that's not going to be around.
Right.
This is true too.
Right.
It's just not. It's a makeshift organization.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Also, you know what? I'm going to get another winner. Kanan. Kanan got the bread he wanted to front to Tommy without doing anything but putting his gun on Cristobal. And that whole thing, putting his gun on Cristobal, fucks up Dre's whole situation. Well, like, it's a win-win all around for Kanan. All around.
Yeah. That's
It is.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. My last person, loser of the week, might be Ghost again.
I can
Yeah.
see why.
The only win he had was the little tryst with Garcelle.
That was a big one. Big
That was a
one.
win, yes.
He's got to get from under Tate's thumb.
Right.
Like Tate is using him, disrespecting his daughter's memory, everything about him, and he's not gaining any win from this relationship
Right.
at all.
Right. Cool. I will mark Angela as a winner and a loser for this episode. One, because obviously she's doing well in discovering and unfolding the case against the Jimenez cartel, which looks really good for her. And she has a new love interest, which, I mean, she's going to try to have this new person she's dealing with.
He's the loser for real, because once Jamie gets back,
Exactly. That's what
That's
I mean.
it.
Well, that's
getting that chopped liver treatment.
She could be using him too. You know, his background. She could be using the power of the.
She
You
is
know,
worse
you
than
know
I
what?
thought. But and then the simple fact that I don't think she sees what's going on around her in terms of she's so
locked up.
infatuated with
Yeah.
having Tariq and Tasha's back, and now she has
To
this
see
new
hers.
love interest. There's other her colleagues are not on her side whatsoever. And I think she's ignoring that. So I'm gonna make her a winner and a loser. My second winner is gonna have to go to Teresi because, like you just mentioned, he got what he wanted. No matter what the motive is or how he did it, he got his main goal was to be released from jail and be close to his wife, and that's exactly what he's gonna get. So he's definitely a one on this episode. And my third one would have to be Tate, just because he's manipulating ghosts like we've never seen before. And I kind of feel like he's playing chess with everybody. We usually see Ghost playing chess with everybody. And so, like he mentioned to Ghost, like, this is a different ball game. This isn't running a nightclub. This is politics and community. And, this is a different type of
more
ball game.
dangerous, too,
Politics are
than-
very
yes.
dirty, very, very dirty. My loser was also Angela. My second loser would have to go to Tasha, just for, I understand. Listen, losing your daughter is tough to cope with. I understand that. But this whole running around and I don't know. I just don't. She's trying to warn Tommy, and she's trying to warn Kanan. And listen, I get it, man. You're grieving, but I don't know. I think she's just being a little bit too loud with it. And my third loser would have to go to who would I? Yeah, 2-Bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a lemon. That's just you're waiting.
He's clearly a pawn in this whole thing. Yo.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
If there were a drinking game over who's dying first,
well, let me use
It'll be.
use two for the third spot. 2-Bit and the other guy who is perceived to be the killer. The guy that they say who's
Arturo.
taking the claim for really killing.
Yeah, Arturo.
Both of them, and you could tell in his face like he's not ready for that, and he even told him like shoot him, and he was all hesitant on shooting the 3 individuals. You could tell he wasn't built for it.
So that quick fast.
I'm pretty sure 2-Bit and that other guy is pretty going to get off.
They're food, both of them.
Like absolutely. So all right, so this was episode 503. Are we on the same team? I thought. What do you guys think about the series so far? First 3 episodes in.
It's
slow,
but it's momentum building.
Yeah.
Like the title of this episode, "Are we on the same team?" It's consistent because basically everyone is pledging their allegiance, or their allegiance is getting tested and rocked.
Right.
So waiting to see how it develops or whatever. I'm not like boo. Season sucks.
No, I don't think the season sucks.
Nah, it's straight on.
It's definitely slow. It's slow. I think there have been some predictable things that happen, like Garcelle Bouveau and Ghost doing their thing.
But I like the new love interest for Angie. I mean, it's a different dynamic.
It's different dynamic. It was really fast. I mean, hey, my name is
your daughter.
No, I'm just saying, like, hey, my name is blah blah blah.
Let's go to bed.
Come to my hotel room.
Hotel, yeah.
Like,
Bring some wine.
How do you think the series is going so far?
I think that their theming process is much better. Probably this season, all the seasons. Are we on the same team? It literally depicted each scene and the people that were interacting with each other, asking, questioning whether or not they were on the same team.
Right.
So I think that going piggyback on what Bino said, yes, definitely momentum.
Right.
It's building up and it's a setup, but they're theming it perfectly too at the same time. So I think this is probably one of my best episodes in the way they themed it this season.
Right. Okay. All right. So this is the SMB Power Review Show. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everybody who's commenting under our clips. We appreciate the love. Yes, and check the Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio Show out every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube Live on SMB TV. So for Voice, Bino, I'm Preach, and we're out of here. Peace.